pier has done exactly what we intended it to do and what the people of Gaza needed it to do, surge a very high volume of aid quickly. So now that that maritime surge mission was successful, it's now transitioning from a temporary pier in Gaza to a port in Ashdod, Israel. The desire for transition stems from the galvanizing effect the pier has had, both on the stakeholder coordination within Gaza and by efficiencies that we've created through our involvement in enabling logistics operations. Israel has been fully supportive of this effort, and in the last several weeks, we've successfully delivered more than 1 million pounds of aid into Gaza via this route. Given the high sea state in the Eastern Mediterranean and the successful completion of the temporary military-enabled maritime surge mission, it's now time to announce the transition of this this new Cyprus to Ashdod to Gaza pathway. So in the coming weeks, we expect that millions of pounds of aid will enter into Gaza via this new pathway. The establishment of this new route builds on logistics and coordination best practices from the JLOTS pier, and while the U.S. military pier is no longer required, the U.S. will maintain coordination elements in place in the near term to ensure humanitarian assistance continues to flow into Gaza through this new maritime pathway. Yeah, we do expect over time for redeployment. Obviously, we're not going to be in a position to talk about the timelines given the operational context, but that's what we expect going forward. And then we are quite confident on the Ashdod piece. As I mentioned, we had several proofs of concept. Yesterday, Minister Gallant announced that Ashdod will be used in this capacity, and we're very confident in the sustaining element of this moving forward.
We remain committed to this partnership in sustaining the maritime corridor and extending the critical processes that were developed to support safer movement of convoys throughout Gaza, as Admiral Cooper already described. USAID and our colleagues across the government will continue to do everything we can to surge assistance into Gaza. The needs are staggering and continue to grow. We need a ceasefire and the hostages to come home. This is the best way to enable urgently needed assistance to the most vulnerable people in Gaza. In Gaza, the key challenge right now is around distribution. So, we do have, good prospects with Ashdod and have confidence that Ashdod is going to be a very viable and important route into Gaza. But we absolutely do need all of the routes to be working. They are mostly open, but the key challenge we have right now in Gaza is around the insecurity and lawlessness that is hampering the distribution once aid gets into Gaza into the crossing.
Jelajahi cara baru mendapatkan informasi. Download MetroTV Extend sekarang.